Lone Wolf in here, and my brother with some.
What's going on, everybody?
Right. Yeah. Last time, we didn't have a podcast last week due to me having well, I actually had I had to practice for the final exams that were this week. The final exams were done now, so well, yeah, now I can focus on this episode of the podcast. Yes, and yeah, I have some news that could actually be interesting today because it has nothing to do with all with our favorite topic. So, pick here, and I say that very loosely. Anyways, so yeah, let's get down to main uh, main topic, which is timeless versus dated. And what I'm referring to is time a something that's considered that's still saying old but still holds up, timeless, versus something that's old but does not hold up, dated. And I have a few ideas when it comes to stuff, but let me talk about stuff actually kind of that actually kind of. Let me start off by talking about movies. There are actually two films that come to mind when time was dated, and that's two nice movies that I actually have not seen in a while, but are actually considered classics. Well, one of them has some really bad effects, and the other one actually uses effects absolutely well. Well, that film being Terminator 2. Last time I saw Terminator 2, it was for film class, and I actually remember why I actually enjoyed it, and then now that I'm older, I actually have a new appreciation for it. Well, when it comes down to it, the effects of Terminator 2 still holds up to this day because it uses both practical and digital effects, and only use both when they're necessary. Like when using the effects when the T1000 is on screen, or when they did all the other stuff with the practical effects, and that's something I kind of like. Also, I was gonna talk about Jumanji, but screw it. I'm not gonna talk about something that's sort of classic because Jumanji does have some really bad effects. Next, after seeing it, not seeing it for so long, but screw it. I'm going to talk about a film that has really bad effects, and I want to talk about the movie The Mummy, which is its effects did not hold up, and it is not that great. And yeah, that's what I'm going to say so far. Robert, do you have anything else to add about uh, anything else to add that is there classic or dated?
Um, First thing, what comes to mind for me, like I kind of think of gaming. I
Okay.
think, yeah, like
Yeah, that's
something that's kind of timeless that doesn't never really lose its appeal. I feel are traditional like platforming games. There's always like there isn't a way where like a platforming game feels dated in any sense.
yeah.
Um, yeah,
That to
cause
me, sorry,
yeah.
sorry. I was
Oh,
gonna say that to me, the a platforming game that is the most timeless to me is Super Mario World. But continue.
yeah, like yeah, a lot of platforming games have like a lot of replay value, and then like just building on that genre, there's always going to be a new way to like make up like a platforming level or a new way to like set up like like anything in terms of like a platforming game. You can always come up with something new with it, and just as foundation, it opens up a lot of creativity, and I believe that's why it never goes stale. Um, in terms of dated, Sometimes one thing that comes to mind for me is I think turn-based RPGs. I don't think, and you can correct me, I don't think you see those around anymore.
Yeah, I guessing the audience is different, or maybe any times have changed. Who knows?
Yeah, because like I know for me, like I think I'd find it hard to like play a game turn-based. That feels like a dated formula, just waiting for things to happen versus like what the new formula is now is kind of like a what would you call it? Whatever like the newer Final Fantasies and like Devil May Cry. I don't know what you would call it. They're not turn based. What's the opposite of turn based?
Real
Real
time?
time combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, well, to me, some of the timeless games out there are mostly games that came out like very early, like that around the time of Super Nintendo and before, with the NES and stuff. Those kind of games hold up because, well, they're kind of like classics of themselves. But to me, the most dated gaming, the most dated thing I consider dated is the console generation that came after the Super Nintendo or Genesis era, and that's with consoles like the Saturn and the PS1 and of course the and yeah, I will throw in this SD4 because yeah, yeah, I know it's mainly comes down to graphics. They kind of don't hold up as much nowadays because of gaming now, because about all the stuff that's happening now. But it's not just that. There's also the fact that 2D games. We're still making 2D games now, but 2D games are being made. There's something about 2D games that make them different from all 3D games that I think are a lot better. Like take Cuphead for instance. It's kind of hard in that old school classic hard, and it actually is what and it actually does serve up a different kind of feel that is kind of it's kind of great. Like it's I know it's a game that's kind of like the old Flesher cartoon kind of style, Flesher animation kind of style, but it holds up. That game, I believe, will be hold up because it's kind of like how 2D games are. I consider that because it's 2D and whatnot, not just because of in, how different it was from other other games back then. Not back then. I mean, other games that are coming out recently as one of our timeless recent games. That's all I'm gonna say, actually. Hmm. Yeah. I was also gonna talk about anime as well. And you're not you're not gonna know this, but I actually have been trying to look up anime that that uh, that doesn't hold up nowadays. But and all I can think about is like anime from like the 1960s or 50s, like Speed Racer or Astro Boy or KKK a Guitar or I forgot the name of that anime. KKK Monogatari or something. I forgot. And and that's mainly due to animation because animation back then is actually not that great. Yeah. Do you know any anime that doesn't hold up?
There's quite a few. Yeah, I think Speed Racer is like one of the ones. Um, yeah, a lot of cartoons like show their age really well. I'll even argue that like early Dragon Ball and like early Dragon Ball Z um shows its age a lot. Um
Yeah.
Yeah, just like a lot of the animation is very stiff. The colors don't look like full. Very easy to like tell.
Yeah, sorry for the coughing, by the way, staying in my throat. Uh, anyways, there are some good merits to, anyways, animation nowadays is getting better and better, but if you compare Dragon Ball Z to the likes of Naruto or something, like the Naruto anime is kind of better than Dragon Ball Z in terms of animation, to be honest. I, I'll I'll be over at the I'll go to some sort of safe space from all the people out there who want to kill me for saying that. But it is true. It is true. Just compare this one scene where Sasuke and Sakura are fighting Orochimaru in that skies, and compare it to some of the best fighting scene that one of the best fighting scenes Dragon Ball has to offer. And I mean like the Dragon Ball Z, you know,
Yeah.
it's and that's how great the series is. Anyways, I actually wanted to talk about music next, but I'm not sure you know any music that's considered timeless or dated.
Yeah, music is hard to tell. Like production value, you can tell whether it's dated, but then like the with the enjoyment that you get from music itself, like some people really enjoy classics and older music.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, for anyone who are noticing something, there's a AC in the background. Sorry. Anyways, yeah. Sometimes music it does so its age when you know what time period came out in. Like, I don't know, if you hear a song like Surfing Bird, you know it's in the 50s, but there are some songs that you want to listen to it, and you can listen to it all the time without thinking it was like dated. Like, for instance, remember the Black Parade album?
From My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, the main goal of that album, that in Gerard Way's words, was to make an album that's timeless, that can still hold up now today, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are still music out there that's actually kind of fun, that's still fun to listen to, and I can actually kind of, and it's because they're still innovative to this day. But yeah, that's just me trying to add some filler to this because we're 13 minutes in right now. So, news desk.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right then. Right then. I had like 4 or 5 pieces of news right now because I'm not sure how long this will take. But for today's news desk, uh, Chris, I need to talk about this one little piece of information because I found out about it. It's you remember Xbox Live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.